I told a dark joke, and a friend ended up in the hospital. Went with a couple of friends to try a new restaurant. We had a new girl that I was kind of into joining us. I don't have a lot going for me in terms of looks, but I am told I am very funny, and luckily for me, she responds well to my type of humor. Well, most of the time at least, which is a bit dark sometimes. In some random conversation, she mentioned she has anxiety, but is getting medicated, and it's all good, so I didn't think much of it. Anyway, on our walk to the restaurant, I just randomly said, hope we don't get blown up. It was a place where a terror attack has happened before. Admittedly, not my best joke, if we can even call it that. Guess the nervousness got to me a bit. She just smiled and went, thanks, didn't really need that image in my mind, and just moved on. Time passes, we get into the restaurant. We talk for a bit until we order. Eventually, after quite a bit of time, the food arrives. It was really good. Suddenly, she stopped eating. Nothing serious seemed to be happening. Figured she just wasn't hungry anymore. About 5 minutes of some casual chatter. She says, I'm going to faint. I'm having a panic attack. I need something sweet. At that point, she fainted before we could get her anything. She woke up and said it happens all the time and not to worry. We gave her something sweet to drink. I was already on the phone with the paramedics explaining them how to get here. I asked her to take a few steps, tried talking with her. She seemed fine except she was sweating and still as pale as a ghost. We decided to leave. I asked my friend to take her outside. We dealt with the bill. I see her nearly passed out leaning against my friend saying she doesn't feel good. Luckily, the paramedics showed up almost immediately as soon as I got out. They let only one of us join, so I went with her. We get to the ER. At this point, she is finally conscious, but shaking so hard it was hard to watch. She reassured me she was fine, and it's not the first time it happens. I shake for about an hour after I pass out from a panic attack, she said. I am not reassured. I suck at comforting people. She didn't feel very comfortable with me just yet. Luckily, I have enough embarrassing stories in my arsenal to keep her laughing, or at least occupied, throughout all the waiting and the initial checkups. Finally, my friends get there. One of them is female, so she went with her to do the rest of the testing. Thankfully, I could feel she was embarrassed being with me there, but she could hardly walk properly with all the shaking. Anyway, at this point, she goes into the exam room with her, and I nearly burst in tears. I messed up hard. The other guy tried to comfort me. They have known each other for years at that point. He should have went with her. Unfortunately, he doesn't speak the local language well, so he couldn't communicate what had happened. In any case, I wear my normal serious face, which is essentially my regular face. Guess it just got stuck like this since my teens. Now it just doesn't mean anything other than scaring a bit people who don't know me. She comes out, we all sat together and talked and laughed a bit for hours waiting for the blood test results. Everything is fine. We are good to go. My friend got her a cab. She let us know she got home all right, and that was it for her. At this point, I explained to my friend the situation. He tried to calm me down, telling me it is highly likely it was a whole slew of other factors and things that triggered the attack, not just a really bad, unfunny joke, and that everything was fine at the end. It was nice of him to try. Took the bus. Don't even know how long it took for me to get home. I felt as though I am in auto mode, stuck in my head, analyzing everything that went wrong and my role in it. I know I messed up. I wholeheartedly didn't mean to, but I guess it doesn't matter in the end.